All right, people, how you doing? It's your man Tim Black. How you doing? How you feeling? What's going on, people? It's the place to be. Hey, welcome to the Tim Black Show. I want to make sure everybody's streaming on all cylinders. Facebook Live's in the house. How are my people on YouTube? Let me check. Make sure people on YouTube can hear the show. And my YouTube people here. Hey guys, how you doing? What up, Facebook? Let's check it. Let's check YouTube real quick and we'll start the show, okay? All right. Yes. Can we get some love on YouTube? Let me get some YouTube love. There we go. All right. All my settings look correct. But we'll get a verification in a moment from my people. Let's do it. Sound check.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
They're ready to go. We're ready to go, guys. All right. You're ready. I'm ready. Let's play some music. Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am.
Violation.
Truth. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black. Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to the Tim Black at Night Show. I'm your host, Tim Black. I'm glad you could make it. I know how busy you are. Everybody's got stuff going on in their lives, just doing stuff. But I'm glad you were able to find a little time to set aside for your brother Tim Black so we could talk about some great stuff, some great issues, things that matter. Sorry, guys. Won't be no discussions on who slept with who and who got a baby and who said some smack about somebody else behind their back, and none of that stuff's going on. No discussions about swimmers telling lies. But you know, I do got to say this, though, before we get started. It is very funny. As I said about the whole Ryan Lotche thing, and the only reason why I'm saying this is that I find it so horrendous. If you're a Hillary supporter, you bet not have nothing to say about Ryan Lotche. You bet not say nothing. Ryan Lotche is Mother Teresa compared to Hillary Clinton. I'm serious, man. Yeah, Ryan lied. He ain't lied like Hillary lied. His was a little tiny. His lie was so small, it don't even register on the scale. But that's what's so interesting about us, isn't it? When I say us, I mean them. I don't mean you and I. We want to crucify this guy for lying about something that he did was wrong. Drunk. He ain't kill nobody. He ain't rape no one. He didn't kidnap anyone. He didn't falsify any, he didn't defraud anyone. All he did was lie to try to get out of trouble. Hillary does that like she gets up in the morning. She just looks in the mirror and goes, I'm a human being. First lie of the day. Yeah, I mean, come on. If you're a Hillary supporter, and you definitely can't be looking at people to tell the truth. How dare you have such double standards? So anyway, just find it amazing that people want to hold other people to certain standards. Meanwhile, they praise others. Oh, the great Hillary. Oh. Well, she's in a business where you have to lie, so of course she lies, stupid. I mean, you can't expect her to tell the truth. No one else does. Your bar. You know, like when people do the La Bamba, whatever that is, the Mamba, the bar that you set is so low, crickets couldn't get under it. Snakes couldn't crawl under it. You got the bar really low. Actually, I mean that the other way. Like, you got the bar way up here so anybody can walk under the bar. But no, only Hillary. Everyone else, you crucify. What time do you have, sir? 9:10. What? You lied. It's 9:11. Take him out and shoot him right now. Take him out and shoot him. But Hillary could just, you know. I got hot sauce in my purse. I got hot sauce. All right, guys. So anyway, welcome to the Tim Black at Night show. Obviously, I have no script. And, but we do try to.
Let's sprinkle some crack on them and get out of here.
You try to sprinkle some crack on them. I mean, some facts on them. Facts, not crack. We like to sprinkle some facts on them and get out of here. Yesterday was a great show. Fantastic show, guys. I had a great time with you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did not get an opportunity to catch the show, last night's show, please go to IamTimBlack.com and get a gander. An earful. A gander. Take a gander. Get an earful of it because it's worth it. We talked about the Dakota Access Pipeline, and we talked about indigenous peoples, and we talked about destruction of our planet. And you got to hear it yourself. So, but it was a great show, and our thoughts are with those people. And tomorrow I'm going to be in D.C., 30 minutes from where I'm at now in Waldorf, Maryland, where I will be attending the district court decision there on Constitution Avenue, where we will have many people will be there. Many people, you know, Shalane Woodley, Lee Camp, Josh Fox, Susan Sarandon, for other people. That'll be talking about Native Americans and the issue about water and the importance of water. So that's a fantastic deal. Fantastic deal. I'm hoping to also diversify the conversation a little bit by bringing in some other people that maybe don't realize the interconnectivity between the Native American struggle, the African American struggle, the Latin American struggle, the Asian American struggle, all struggles together. But what yesterday, so once again, so that's a great thing. We'll be doing that tomorrow. If you can be here, it's between 1 and 5. Okay, 1 and 5. Okay, so that's that. And then, check this out. Yesterday, man, we just let it slip our minds. It was an anniversary of sorts. Yeah, it was an anniversary yesterday. My friend Uncle Ron, who calls into the show often, he sent me this email. It's the end of welfare isn't the end of poor people. Now, it's an article written by Robert Scheer. And it turns out it was republished on the 20-year anniversary of Bill Clinton signing the Welfare Reform Act. Yeah. Remember that little act he signed? It pushed them people right off welfare, because they could bootstrap their way up, which sounds like an awful lot like something a Republican would say, right? The whole bootstrap mentality, just get yourself together. What, your arm's falling off? Just pick it up and just put it in your pocket and walk it off, sir. What's wrong with it? That's your problem. You want your limbs to stay attached. When I was growing up, we didn't have limbs. And I'm just saying, so the whole idea that the way we're going to help people who have no resources is to take away all resources and watch them float or swim or die doesn't sound like much of a Democrat, liberal, definitely not a progressive standpoint. But hey, who am I? So anyway, I'm looking at this article that Uncle Ron sent me. Thank you, Uncle Ron. And it says it brings up some good points. Because this was actually passed. The original was signed. What day was that? It was signed 20 years ago, right? No, more than 20 years ago. When was it actually signed? I don't see the actual date of the signature. But what's important about this is just sort of like with police officers when you go to police academy. When you get assigned to a station, it's all about the numbers, right? Numbers. You can walk to somebody and be like, hey, how you doing? You guys safe? To be like, the numbers. The numbers is all that matters. The numbers. How are we doing on the numbers? How many cases did you close? How many people did you lock up? What did you do today? Did you lock up? Did you meet your quota? Did you meet your quota? It's sort of like being in car sales. Did you sell them? How many cars you sell? I don't hear about your limb falling off. Put that limb in the trunk and go sell us some cars. The same thing holds true with our policymakers. See, here was the idea. They figured if less people were on welfare, that meant we were fixing the problem. Yeah, like, so if you had 1 million people on welfare, if you can get that down to like 700,000, excellent. Oh, excellent. We got that number down, man. We went from 1 million people in poverty, and look, that would be a great number because that's not even close to where we are right now. But if you went theoretically from 1 million people in poverty down to 700,000, you just did 300% better, right? Like you just really dropped it by almost a third, right? That'd be phenomenal. But see, here's the thing. Just because you take someone off welfare doesn't mean you change the condition of the person. It just means they no longer receive the assistance. Yeah. That's the rub, right? That's the rub. He got kudos for that. People talk about, the job creation. He got people off he got people off welfare. Yeah, and then got them living in the shelters instead. They just weren't able to stay in the 1-bedroom apartment that they had. The efficiency they used to be able to afford now became someone's couch or became someone's curb on the side of the street. That's the difference. That's really the difference. And we applied it. And Hillary's running on that right now. And Democrats are holding their chest out, talking about how much they love Bill Clinton. This is his handiwork. And I tell you once again, if I told you a Republican did this, you'd be like, yeah, that sounds like them. But when I say it was a Democrat, they try to make excuses. You know? I'm going to bring this down a little bit. They try to make excuses, guys. I don't like that. I don't like excuses. Tell it like it is. Just give it to me straight. I don't want to hear you beating around the bush. I don't want to hear you making, trying to soften it up. I don't like, you know what? Just tell me, just give it to me straight. Ugly shirt's an ugly shirt. I don't need you to ease me into the ugly shirt. I don't need you to soften it for me. I don't need you to worry about how I'm going to feel about it. I'll deal with it. Just give it to me straight. And what these people like, right? And what the majority I'm noticing, these people, that's why I don't want to use the term progressive, but I needed a title for this channel so people could find me. Because everyone's calling themselves progressive because it's like a buzzword, but in reality, they're not progressive at all. And I think at some point I will change the name of this channel to something else. Because it's not progressive to push women and children onto the street and then clap about it. And then you can run on that platform and call yourself progressive.
Let me just say I am reserving judgment until all the facts come out.
It's horrible. Horrible. So anyway, yeah, that's always nice to find out. Always nice to go over some historical facts, give yourself a little bit of context of why some people may not like Bill Clinton. And I have people that know me, people who say, Tim, I can't believe you now support Trump. I'm like, no, there are other people in this race besides Hillary and Trump. There's Gary Johnson and there's Jill Stein. I'm an independent. And my choice is Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka. See, there's more than, you can count more than two. And that's a clear sign. That was a clear sign when my cousin told me that. That was actually my cousin who asked me that. Because he saw a tweet I sent out. And that's like a clear sign that people watch too much mainstream media. He's not even aware of other candidates. He didn't even know. He was like, wow. He didn't even respond. There's nothing to say. It's like, I didn't know you could vote for somebody else. But I know what he wanted to say. If he did know a Jill Stein, he wanted to say something like, I could just feel it. Like when I tweeted it, I could feel it was going to come back with, but she can't win. See, that's the thing. I love that. I love that response from people. But they can't win. But they can't win. I love it. I love that. I love that wrong-headed, simple-minded, deductive reasoning that says when we are choosing leadership and the direction we want our country to go, it should be based on our fears of what can't be done instead of our ultimate hopes and our confidence in the people that we're choosing. Because somewhere along the line, you should be held responsible for your lousy choice. Like somebody should hold you responsible. Somebody should be like, hey, excuse me, hey you, they just droned some kids. Come here. Did you vote for this? But see, no, in jail. Jail. See, I wish it was to that extent where people were actually held accountable for making bad choices when it comes to politicians. Then people would actually maybe have to take time to look up stuff. They'd have to look up what their clients were, what their politicians were about, what their stances were, what they lied about. You know what? Because see, we want to open up all voting, right? To the whole, everyone vote. We want to make voting a special day. Everyone in the country gets to vote. You know what? I want the opposite. Oh yeah, man, I want the opposite. I want less people to vote. Oh yeah, I want less people to vote, man. People shouldn't be, look, man, voting is a big responsibility. You should have to take a test. And when I say a test, it's a test of knowing about your candidate. If you can't name stuff about your candidate, you can't vote. Oh no. So see, I know you're thinking, you don't like that, right? Because when you think of tests, you think of the voter suppression they used to do, the reason for the Voting Rights Act, right? Right, I understand that. That's not what I'm saying. Not that type of test. Can you count to, what's 25,000 divided by 16 minus 800 million, circle, divided by the weight of gravity. No. I'm talking about a test where you have to actually know 5 things about your candidate. I'm serious, man. 5 things. Like Hillary, woman. I'll let you count that as one. All right? 2, used to be first lady. Count that. Do you know how many people wouldn't be able to stop, would have to stop after 2? I'm serious, man. I know it's not a popular idea, but I'm tired of people arguing with me about my choice in Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka when they know nothing about these candidates at all. They know nothing about their candidate. So they don't know anything about my candidate, but they talk crap. Then when I ask them about their candidate, they can't tell me anything. I say, well, okay, so why? So if my candidate's so bad, what do you know about your candidate? Tell me 5 policy points. They can't tell me 5 policy points. They say, well, she's a woman. 1, okay, I'm going to give you that one. I'm just going to give it to you. I will argue that anyone with eyes can see that, but okay, fine. She's a woman. Give me 4 more. That's not a policy either, but okay, that's something. They get stumped after First Lady. And I'm just saying, this is too important. I'm not trying to suppress votes. I want more people to vote. I just want people to vote for the right reasons. I want them to know stuff. I want people to have to know about their candidates. And I know it's unpopular. I know it. And I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care who your mama was or your father was. If you were born on the wrong side of the tracks, if you were born on some tracks, if you were born cutting tracks, or if you were born wearing tracks in your hair. I don't care, man. I'm just saying people should have to know a little bit about the candidates they're voting for, especially if they want to talk to me and tell me I'm throwing my vote away. How am I throwing my vote away? At least I know who it's going to and what the person's done in their life. You don't know anything. Well, it's time for a woman. Jill Stein's a woman. She's a woman. I met her twice. Talked to her for 2 hours. She's a woman. I know a woman when I meet a woman. She's a woman. So, okay, so they're both women. Now what? So you're a elitist because she wasn't married to Bill? That it? That's it? What else? I'm a little punchy tonight, guys. You got to, I'm a little upset. I'm a little high-strung. I'm a little, because these people are crazy. They do it to you. We got somebody trolling us now that's driving us crazy. My team's like, Tim, this crazy people are trolling you. I'm like, I know. I'm used to that. But that doesn't mean I want to take a line down. I would love to debate them. Stop feeding the trolls, Tim. Stop feeding the trolls. That's what I've been getting. Look, I've been getting trolled constantly. And I just want all my Hillary supporters, Trump supporters too. But see, Trump supporters, they are stupid. And I don't, look, they are. Oh, come on. When I say stupid, that's not the right way. They don't know anything. No, here it is. They're frustrated beyond caring. That's what I want to say. Trump supporters, by and large, are so frustrated they don't care anymore. They say, I don't care about nothing. I'm going Trump. Like Robin Harris, when he said he would be the executor. And he's like, I ain't going to do it no more. I know you're not going to do it no more. Because he didn't want to listen to the guy complain or the guy try to explain himself. He just pulled up. That's how Trump supporters are. I'm telling you, Trump supporters, they are like, look, I hate politics. I'm voting Trump. Politicians suck. I'm voting Trump. So you can't argue with them. That's like, 2 + 2 = aqua. It's like, really? We're talking numbers. Now you're talking sea foam colors. I don't even know how to respond to you, man. You just, goodness gracious. Wow. What's the nation's capital? Peanut butter. You can't argue with somebody that dim. You just, look, all right, look, go ahead and vote for him, shit. I'm just going to let you just go over there and do it. Just, where you live at again? What city, state? Okay, all right. Y'all just go. Glad you don't live in mine. Just go over there. Yeah. It's been one of those days, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Tim Black Show. And happy anniversary to all those poor welfare moms who Bill Clinton waged war on 20-something years ago when he threw you off welfare. Not to defeat poverty, but to defeat you, because you were the problem, not the poverty. So that's always great. And I want to thank everyone who's tuned in, because tonight I have an extra special guest. Her name is Claudia Stauber. That's right. Yes, I do. Claudia is in the house. And look, man, let me tell you about this lady, because first of all, I feel bad because I was supposed to interview her in Philly. But Philly, I'm going to tell you something, man. Well, when we went to Philly for the DNC convention, there was so much going on. It was hot, right? And it was, there was protest every day, and it was hot. And then, there was always something new to do, and you had to just get involved in so much stuff, and you meeting people, and it was hot. Did I tell y'all how hot it was when we was in Philly? And look, and so I felt bad about it, but I'm here to make it up. And she's given me that opportunity, which is great. She's the host of Cabin Talk on Facebook with daily live streams. If you haven't checked them out, you need to check them out. She lives in Vermont. Oh, we got to give her a clap just for that. You got to clap it up just for that. Which is wrong, because if you live in New Jersey, no one claps for you. But yeah, because of Bernie, the correlation between. Because, Christy lives in New Jersey, so. She kind of lucked out, lived in a good state. Lives in Vermont, became known to the wider world through her passion for Bernie's political revolution, now supporting Jill Stein. Oh, man, see, you're going to love her. You love her already, don't you? You love her already. I see you. Born and raised in Germany, Claudia came to the U.S. in 92 and spent 11 years in D.C. before moving to Vermont. What? She a homegirl. Go ahead, Claudia. Claudia has always had a passion for books and writing, and combined with her passion for animal welfare, wrote her first book about her experiences with her rescued pit bull called Eddie's Tales. Eddie's Tales, released in November 2013. We got an author in the house, y'all. Since then, she has written a book about life in Vermont, Why We Love Vermont, and has embarked on her third book, with the working title, I love this, WTF, what the happened? What the fluoride happened? About the current political election cycle and the reflections on issues of concerns to the country and the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you my friend and yours, Claudia Stauber. Give it up for y'all. Claudia.
Oh.
Hey.
Hi, Tim. Hello. How are you?
How are you doing, sister? So great. Finally I get you on this show.
Your introduction, Tim, was the best. It was so phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Man, I'm so happy to have this up. Thank you so much for making time. Give it up for one more time, guys. This lady works.
Thank you for having me on.
Sure.
I really appreciate it. And especially because in Vermont, we usually, go to bed at like 8:30.
But you work hard in Vermont. What is it with the Vermont work ethic? Because you guys work.
Right?
I'm serious. You are always working.
We do work. And we get up at 4 a.m. and we work our little tails off, and then we go to bed at like midnight and we do it again. It's nuts.
Man, that's a beautiful thing.
But I'm telling you, it's the fresh air. It's the air in Vermont that keeps us going in the green.
Man, look, my hat is off to you all the way. You put in so much work on Facebook. Every time I turn around, I can't keep up with your output. And like, I work hard, but you constantly are putting out content.
You're the same. You're more. You're even worse than me. We're all the same,
So
but,
Claudia,
since the media isn't. Oh, go ahead.
No. You go ahead. You said since the media, this is good. I want to hear this.
I wanted to say, since the media isn't doing their job, I really just wanted to sit in my log cabin and build an animal sanctuary and do my thing. But no, it's like the media isn't doing their job. The elections came along. And it all turned my life around, and I just couldn't remain silent. I mean, we're all in the same boat here.
I love it. You're right. Like I don't know if you know about The Godfather, but every time you get out, they pull you back in. I mean, there's something always to talk about. And you're right. The mainstream media isn't covering it.
Right.
You know?
And it all started when Bill Clinton was in Massachusetts and holding up the polling, the voting, for like 8 hours. And I lost it that day. I lost it before that, but that day I really lost it. And I was like so outraged that I turned on my camera and I was going.
So that's really how it started for you, Claudia. That situation caused a reaction from you.
Yep, that was what took me over the edge.
Wow.
Literally, it put me over the edge.
Wow.
I was already pretty revved up, but that really did it for me.
I love it when it's natural like that, Claudia. I love how natural that is. That's so real. Like, that is amazing. Because that's the first thing I ask the same thing about politicians, Claudia. When they come on, I say, what got you involved? Like, what started you out? And I always hope that they say something pure and true, like what you just said. So please tell me more about. We want to know about you. Tell me about Claudia.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Germany, but I love this country. And literally, when I flew in and I set foot on the ground, I said, I'm home. I'll never leave this country again. And so I've been here almost 24 years now. But Vermont is really it. I really can't live anywhere else. I really can't. And Bernie, of course, was one of those reasons because, just having him as the senator here was such a blessing. And we really have, in general, we have pretty genuine people in our state, so I have to say they're really good people here that are running our government. And hence we have some of the best policies for normal people in Vermont. I mean, we're really trying to take care of everybody, and it's a very loving state, and that's where I need to be. Otherwise, I can't live in this country. I need to move to South America or something.
When you just said policies, like, I've never been to Vermont. I've had some callers. I got a number of callers actually who called into the show who are from Vermont. What are a couple policies about Vermont that really stand out that make it so enduring to you?
Well, one that really stands out is that we passed the first GMO labeling law. Oh. And of course now it was basically overturned by the Dark Act,
Right.
But Vermont passed that, and I was at the State House a few times, and I mean the State House was packed top to bottom with people that were outraged, and the legislators really had no option. They had no choice anymore. And but that was one of those really wonderful things that went down while I was here, and then Obama signed the Dark Act,
Right.
And I was just livid because people have a right to know what they are eating.
Absolutely.
And it's just been taken away, and Monsanto is so powerful in DC that we really have no say in it. And I believe the only way we can change that in the long run is when people really get together and stand up, and we need to occupy DC. I really think we have to,
I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%. That's where the problems begin, in DC, and in a lot of cases. That's it.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, it's and they're just doing one thing after the next that is against normal people and for the corporations, and that's what triggered me to basically write the book, because I feel that so many people, Tim, outside our Bernie movement, of course,
right,
are so ill-informed of what goes on. Like you just mentioned earlier, give me 5 points about your candidate of their platform, and people can't do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a real problem. And so the book is, I will not win a Pulitzer Prize. I wrote that thing within like 10 days, right?
Okay.
And but it's like, I don't even know. I didn't even count how many chapters there are. Maybe 12, 13. And it's anything from the election fraud to Bernie to what is Citizens United? What is the TPP? What does Black Lives Matter mean? I mean, all those things that we in the Bernie movement know about, but you go out on the street and a lot of people are like, oh, I've never heard about that.
There you go.
And
Absolutely.
So it's very informative. It's, of course, biased because it's written by me. So how can it not be biased,
Right, but I'm sure, but you're very upfront with it in the forward. I'm sure they could flip the flap and see. Yeah, you don't like me. We're the same. We keep it real. We let people know, hey, I'm a Bernie supporter. I'm a Jill Stein supporter. So I'm just letting you know that I'm not going to pretend that I'm not, because I am. So there we go. Right.
And, I want to actually, let me grab that real quick.
Okay.
I feel like I should read to you and your audience my disclaimer.
Okay. I love it, guys. Get ready, guys. This is going to be a sneak peek into what the fuck happened.
A sneak peek of the disclaimer. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck happened? So, and the subtitle, by the way, is No Time to Build a Goat Shed, because I was supposed to build a goat shed right now for my sanctuary, and it didn't happen.
No time to build a goat shed. All right. Okay.
Yeah, right. So this is the disclaimer, and I think you'll like it. It says, first off, I want to let you all know that this book is my opinion, not fact. It is based on reading and collecting information from sources I know and trust, and from my own observations. This book is biased, and no, I'm not trying to be a credible journalist. There are only a few left anyway. Nor am I trying to convince anybody of anything. I'm simply extremely pissed off, and I'm trying to share my 2 cents with you guys on the state of this country and our world as I know it. So that's my disclaimer.
I love it. Oh, man.
Right?
That's a straight sister, man. You are a sister. You are down in my book. You got guts. You just let it hang out. I love this, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Just keeping it real and gritty, in
Yeah.
your own way. I love
Well,
it, man.
I really think we need a lot more of that. I
Yeah.
really, really do, because I think that's a lost art at this point,
Yeah.
and we need to find that again, because people are too afraid to say anything,
Absolutely.
It really is true. And I think people need to find their voice again, and people need to really stand up for what they believe.
Now,
And
I wanna,
you know,
excuse me, Claudia. I want to make sure people know when she says that she doesn't mean you ignorant bigots. Like she means like you can talk, but the hate speech is the part we don't like. Like, cause like the Trump group, they say the same
oh,
thing.
forget that.
You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
like,
Oh God.
we can't say anything anymore. No, that's because what you were saying was hurtful. Like everything you were
Well,
saying
and
was,
what they're saying is just, I don't even know what they're saying. I mean, I can't even follow their train of thought. The Trump people, I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. That's why I rarely ever, hardly ever talk on my talk shows about Trump, because there's nothing to say. I mean, what are you going to say to somebody who has no brain? There's nothing to say.
I love
it. Seriously, you can't argue with somebody who can't think.
Right. Right.
So that's why I don't even get into it, because it's like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah,
what's your point?
And that's when you get accused of being a Trump supporter, because you're not spending all day bashing Trump. But yeah, but it doesn't. But the reason, like you just said, is like, what's the point? He doesn't have any policies. What's the
exactly.
He's a horrible candidate.
And plus, I get much more joy out of bashing somebody who took the election away from Bernie, who stole the election from Bernie. I get much more joy out of bashing her.
Yeah, well, there's that.
So,
there's that, yes.
Oh, God.
No doubt. No doubt. Wow, so this is your third book.
This is my third book, yeah. And actually, all proceeds from my books go to building the farm animal sanctuary that I'm creating. And we're a real registered 501c3. We have a board. We have, all the things in place. And so the proceeds from this book will also go to building the barns and feeding the animals eventually, and all those things.
Wow.
So I'm not doing this to make myself money. And I'm telling you right now, when you write a book, there's no money in writing a book. And I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Because when you self-publish, you have to fork out a bunch of money to even get the book printed.
Yeah.
And I do it that way because I can't imagine finding a publisher who would publish this particular book, especially.
Well,
and I'm not the title.
yeah. But with the title, they want to control everything. Well, I've written. I'm a published author as well. Okay, I wrote a book in 2015 called "If the Truth Hurts, But It Beats a Lie," and I agree with you 100%. It's self-published.
Right.
It's an ebook.
Yeah.
You can download it from Amazon for like $3. I've sold maybe 100 of them. If I've sold 100 of them, so I don't even remember. I stopped looking. I don't even know how many I've sold at this point. It's very low though. So, but yeah, you're right. You're right. I did it because I wanted to get something done. I wanted to write a book, so I wrote one. Give it up.
Right. Yeah, and it's a really gratifying experience, and I love writing. I've always loved writing, and I actually have to write because if I don't write enough, I'm pretty dyslexic. So if I don't write enough, it all starts jumbling in my head.
Right.
So I do have to write. And my friend Annie, who by the way says, "Say hi to Tim." Hi, Annie.
Hey, Annie, how you doing?
Right? She edited my book, and she has been phenomenal. I mean, I would write a couple chapters. I send them to Annie. I get them back Like an hour later, corrected. She was phenomenal. And she's one of those grammar people, which I can't even relate to, really.
Love them, love them. The anal grammar people, they are fantastic.
Right. I know. So she has been just a godsend, honestly. And she loves you. She listens to you all the time.
Well, Annie.
So I had to say hi to Annie.
Well, let me say hi back to Annie. Annie, hello. Thank you for watching the show and putting up with me. And I'm so glad that you helped Claudia with her book. You are the best, and we love editors. We just cannot do what you do. I'm trying to tell you, sister, I can't do it. But bless you.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. And the other person I really wanted to give a shout out is Steve Grumbine. And you have had him on your show too.
Yes.
And the Real Progressives. And they are a phenomenal group of people. They really do their research. Their posts are right on target. I mean, they really are extraordinary. And I get a lot of posts from them that I repost, because I know they're well done. They're well researched. I don't have to think about the source. I mean, they're great.
Oh man,
so
yeah, Steve is a great, and you're right. The Real Progressives, the entire organization, everyone that I've met so far has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Guys, go to Facebook and basically follow everyone that Steve Grumbine or Claudia follows, because they're all good people, and good people tend to flock together. Is sort of the way I've seen it.
Yeah, and I'm, they're great, and I love working with them. I mean, they're just really good people. And
Portia Boger spoke very highly of you as well. We just had her on the show last week.
Who did?
Portia.
Oh, Portia. She was on? Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah, she was on last week.
Portia, wild woman who put me over the edge with like 12 million views.
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What? Did you see that? That was nuts. Oh my God.
Amazing.
That was, I mean, when you start out a live stream with "I don't give a fuck about Trump," you know that you're ahead of the game, I mean, and if it's an older lady that's right there, that'll do it,
Loving it. Love it. Yeah, she's a doll. She's amazing. So passionate, so real, and I love her ethics. She sticks to what she believes in. She's a soldier. But I want to switch gears just a little bit and talk about some things that I know we share in common. Have you heard the news about the Clinton Foundation and these emails? Is that something that you've been tracking? I don't know. Have you been tracking that stuff?
I've been skirting it on the edges because I've just been so busy writing.
Okay.
But I've definitely, I mean, that in itself, I watched Clinton Cash for the first time, I want to say 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And halfway through, I was already so beside myself,
It's horrible.
I mean, it is just corruption on such a deep and high level that it'll take a worldwide movement to stop that,
Right. I agree. It's like
it's really, really
deep.
shocking.
It's the whole system is built on corruption. The whole thing through.
It's built on corruption. Yeah. And the sad thing is that, you look at other countries where you think, oh, they're so corrupt, but they're corrupt on a small level. I mean, you have to pay somebody at customs $20 to get in,
Yeah.
But this is like corruption at the highest level. And that's what makes it so dangerous and so hard to stop,
I agree.
And the Clinton Foundation is just, I mean, wow. And we need somebody with some serious guts who starts prosecuting, I mean, we need, which isn't easy because, I mean, nobody dares to touch them, and for obvious reasons, because look at what happens to the people who stand up, the body count.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
it's a reality.
It's just unreal. Yeah. I mean, where do you even go with that? You know what I mean? It's like, what do you do with so much corruption? And I really think it comes down to where we all need to wake up collectively, even the Trumpeters,
Yeah.
where
Yes.
everybody says
Yes.
this is no longer okay. And I mean, I clearly say in my book, in the beginning, who it's dedicated to. It's basically all the people. It's no longer about Republicans versus Democrats, black versus white, black, Muslims, Christians. It's not about that. It's really now down to, us against 150 people in the world that are immeasurably powerful. That's what it comes down to, and they're guiding everything.
Absolutely.
And we just can't have that anymore because people are dying. And people are dying for so many reasons. I mean, we're bombing countries we should never even set foot into.
Right.
And it's just, there's a wake of dead bodies and they don't give one shit about it. Nothing. Doesn't even, life doesn't even count for them at all unless it's their own. And I don't know how they become so heartless. I don't know where that comes from, but there is literally a stone inside their chest. There's no heart.
Wow. That's a way to put it. You're right. It's I can't relate to it at all. I mean, I don't know how you look at a dead child and not feel something. How you look at displaced people and not feel something. And that's sort of like what the Bernie movement is about. It's just about being empathetic to other people. That's where it began. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. And I think that was the thing that Bernie brought out in all of us, compassion for each other, and that really, the outside didn't matter. Didn't matter who you were, what you looked like, what religion, what race. It didn't matter anymore. He brought us all together. And it's really a movement of love, which is why I think it can't be stopped. I really think our movement cannot be stopped. And Bernie stumping for Hillary, we all just go, yeah, whatever. We're not voting for her. We love seeing you again, Bernie. This is great, but yeah, we're not going to vote for her. There will be never Hillary signs and Chill Not Hill all over the place.
Right.
At his rally, because I want to go to his rally just to hold up the Jill Not Hill sign.
Right.
And boo every time he says Hillary.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Claudia. My thing is this: why are so many people being so hard on Bernie, knowing that without Bernie, most of us would not be activated at this point? How do you feel about that?
Right. Oh, I never let him get away with it. If somebody says Bernie's a sellout, I really lose it because he had 30 years to be a sellout, or 50 years, to be, to get money from corporations like everybody else. He is the only non-millionaire in the Senate, the only one. And then this big thing that you, I'm sure, know about with his house for $600,000 on the lake.
Yeah.
The man worked his whole life. Right. So did his wife. If they want to buy themselves a house that is on a lake so the grandkids have a reason why they really want to visit grandpa, that's perfectly fine. He worked like a dog his whole life, And so, and it's certainly not his campaign money. When people say that, I really go over the edge,
See, they need to come to D.C. where I'm at, Claudia. I'm in Maryland, but I'm from D.C. and $600,000 would not buy you a nice house in D.C. Like you would pay that for like a brownstone on a crowded street with no backyard to speak of. Definitely, if you want to live by the water, you can pay close to $1 million in this area for that. So, yeah, they totally have no real concept of money when it comes to people with money. Like, it sounds like a lot. It depends on where you live at, and that's not a lot. It definitely not comparison.
And the thing is, the house that he actually bought on the lake is actually a very modest log cabin.
Yeah.
It's not a pompous house. There are homes on the lake here in Burlington that are, 10, 20, $30 million. Wow. Those homes exist, but that is not one of those homes. It's really a small log cabin home, on the lake with a little bit of land, not much, and just enough to literally have the grandkids over for a barbecue, and property on the lake is expensive. It's not a pompous house whatsoever. It really isn't, and but Bernie, to me, has done more for this country and for world awareness than anybody else in my lifetime,
Absolutely.
And we should be immeasurably grateful no matter what he does now. It doesn't really matter because we know better and we're going to do what we need to do.
Yes.
And he can, he does what he needs to do. And I say needs to do because I don't think he wants to do that.
Understood.
I don't think he wants to do what he is trying to do, what he has to do now. And when you look at his facial expressions, that tells you everything,
Yeah.
I mean, my heart goes out to him. My heart truly goes out to him. Because I was in New Hampshire when he endorsed Hillary. And that was just, wow. I mean, I was so heartbroken, but he was more heartbroken.
Yeah,
it was a very
I've been talking
moment.
to some of the delegates who were in the hall when he actually did when he when they did the nomination process at the DNC in Philly, and they said they could see the total discomfort. He looked like he was in physical pain even saying these things to them that he had to say, and they're still talking. Delegates are still talking about it. I can they're still dealing with that moment,
Yeah. It was brutal. I mean, we, like you said earlier, we wanted to do an interview in Philly and it didn't work, but it was constantly, it felt like a moving target, didn't it, Philly?
Yes.
To me, it felt like it was constantly a moving target. I mean, you wanted to be here, there was stuff going on everywhere and it was constantly changing.
It was.
It wasn't like, it was like this moving target, where the DNC constantly changed stuff on us.
Absolutely.
And it was hot.
Yeah, it was definitely hot. It was.
Oh my God!
A little bit hot.
4-day sauna.
And when you don't have hair, and look, Claudia, when you don't have hair, there's nothing to catch the sweat. It just ends up in your clothes. It's not a good look. So it was
right,
like,
exactly.
yeah, that's kind of tough.
Oh my God! It was wild. Oh my God! So I just wanted to tell you, I'm going on tour through the country.
Okay.
Did I tell you about that yet?
No, you haven't. Please.
Yeah, so we're starting out on September 6th. We're going to start driving or the 5th, I think, and we have to actually be in LA on the 16th because Tom, who is traveling with me, he had a death in the family. So on the 16th, we have to be in LA for a memorial service. But so we're going to make a fairly quick tour over. But then on the way back, we're going to take our time and we're going to hopefully hit a lot of different places. And I really need help from people to help me, find libraries or colleges or coffee shops or anything where we can hold like mini baby rallies,
Yeah.
And talk about the issues and have local politicians that I can interview.
Wow.
That I would like to shed a light on people that are running for offices that are good people. And so I think it'll be really nice. And I put on my Facebook, I'll put on when we go and sort of where we have sort of a loose schedule figured out.
Yes.
Although I think we're biting off too much because someday I looked at the map and it's like you have to drive 600 miles in one day. So I think we need to change a few things. But who knows,
Right.
Oh my God.
Little ambitious.
But yeah, I think it'll be really nice. And I just want to really, tell people about Jill Stein. I want to talk about the issues.
Well, let's talk about Jill Stein.
I want to motivate people.
Yeah, please. Let's talk about Jill Stein. What? So
Jill Stein.
Hold up, Claudia. Diehard Bernie supporter turns to Jill Stein. Right. Why? What did it?
For me, I feel we need to stay with the issues, and I met Jill Stein a couple times I think she is a wonderful, genuine human being,
Right.
and she carries the issues that I really stand for. And for me, that's the only choice. There's nobody else I could even put my weight behind, you know. And she's genuine, and she really wants good things for people. She's not beholden to corporate America.
Right.
And she is smart. She knows her stuff. I mean, I think she would be a fantastic person to have in the White House, in the greenhouse.
Love it. The greenhouse, exactly.
You know?
Yes.
I think she really would be an amazing person to have. I really do. And I want to get her name out there. Want to get her name out there. But the book is written, yes, there is about Bernie, and yes, there is about Jill, but I really wanted it so a Republican can pick up that book and read through it and go, oh my God, I had no idea. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I wanted to stay with the issues. So it's really, it's not like, oh, it's a Bernie book or it's a Jill Stein book or, you know, I didn't want that. I wanted to really hammer away at the things that are for all of us. TPP, you know, get money out of politics. I mean, who cannot want that? You know?
Right.
And Jill Stein is for all those things that I'm for or against, you know, I mean, however you look at it. But she is against the TPP, and she's the only candidate who is against the TPP.
You're right.
And
that's left in this race. Absolutely. Good point.
Yeah. And that one is one of my main issues. The TPP is like my red flag, you know?
Yeah, it shows what it shows, in my opinion, Claudia, it shows if you're there for the corporations or if you're there for the people. It's like the fundamental divide between the people and the establishment or the corporation. So, yeah, I agree with you. That's a great litmus test. That, and also, Claudia, before I have any politician on my show, I always ask them, where do they stand on Citizens United and super PACs?
Right.
That's always important. And if they, you know, for the conversation to continue, for me to endorse them, now they could come on the show, but they won't get an endorsement. It won't be quite as nice.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know.
Gary Johnson is in Burlington, Vermont
tomorrow.
And
you talk to him. You got to talk to him, Claudia.
No way. And somebody sent me a message saying, you should come and meet him. You would like him. And I said, are you nuts?
No,
I said, there is no way, because I will lose it. And by the way, tomorrow evening is Bernie's live stream for the revolution. So I'm at a party there.
That's true.
And, but otherwise I wouldn't go regardless, because I would lose it. Honestly, I have no more patience for people that are for the TPP. It's like, I will scream at him. I mean, I should go, right?
Have a Portia moment. And I don't mean that.
I know. I would have a total Portia moment. That's our new gate, a Portia moment.
Right.
Oh my God, that's great. I love that, Tim. I'm going to use that.
I don't want to get her mad at me, because Portia's she's such an intelligent lady, and she knows the issue so well. I don't want people to pigeonhole her on that one moment in time, because she also kicked some butt about fracking too with Governor Kasich. So she's just remarkable. But Jill,
she is remarkable.
So you met Jill and you felt the same thing I did. She felt real to me, Claudia, a real individual. No BS,
she is
no
a real
airs.
Individual. Exactly. Yeah. No, I think she's a wonderful, wonderful human being, and we would be honestly blessed to have her, you know.
She's the only real person left. She's the only real person left, Claudia. Yeah. Maybe Gary, I agree. The reason why I would like for you to talk to Gary is only because he was there. But, you know.
Well, you know what? When somebody is for the TPP and backed by the Koch brothers, I'm done with them.
There it is. Wow.
I just have no. I'm like, why are you even in my state? You know, you're contaminating my water.
Right. What's there to talk about? Yeah, it's like, yeah. Good
I
point. I would just want to see
that's
him
like draw
squirm.
the line.
I was because he's a little wishy-washy, Claudia. He tries to say, well, I haven't read the entire bill yet. I think Cenk Uygur interviewed him, and he gave that phony response,
God.
like, I haven't really gotten. So then why do you have a stance on something you haven't read?
Oh my God!
That's
Is
what
that
they
what
do.
he said? He hasn't read the entire thing yet. You don't
Yeah,
need to read the entire thing.
page one.
All you need to know is that it's the corporations, making a law that it's against the law to make a law against them. That's all you
There
need
you
to
go.
know.
I love it. You know what?
And that's all you need to know.
You need to send him a copy of what the fuck happened, and then he'll know what the TPP is about. How about that?
Exactly. I even give him a free one.
He needs
because
an education.
Really, he doesn't know.
Man.
Oh, I'm telling you. Well, now I'm rethinking of seeing him tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, he needs your help, Claudia. Maybe he can be reformed. I don't know. I don't think so, but you never know.
No. People who are money hungry, I don't see much reformation in them. That's why, like, a brand new Congress, that organization is really something I want to look at more,
right.
Because we really need to pretty much kick everybody out and start over. Because
right.
What we have now is just bought and paid for, and those are the laws they signed into office, and we just can't continue on that path. And brand new Congress sounds like a really great idea, with people that are in it for the right reasons, because they actually want to be what they're supposed to be, which is public servants, and not, it's not like a way to become millionaires.
Right.
Which is what it is right now.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's going to be a struggle. That's for sure. But we're ready.
Yeah, we are. And we're positive too. I mean, we have the tools to make some changes in Congress, throughout Congress, and we should definitely do that. Do you how can I say this? Do you plan on doing more endorsements? Are you going to work with new Congress people? Are you going to bring on? You're going to be chatting with them on your book tour? You're going to be promoting them? You're going to give them your platform? Tell us a little bit more about the book tour. When's it start? How we can get involved? All that good stuff.
Yep, it starts on September 5th or so. And I really would like people who have been delegates also hopefully contact me, because they would already have a little bit of a structure in place. And then I really want to end it in D.C. on October 23rd. They have a rally for democracy.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's when we should all go to D.C. and just plop our butts down at the State House and not leave, and just say, now what? What are we doing here?
What's up?
Let's do something new.
Yeah. What's up, people? What you want to do?
And, yeah, what you gonna do? Exactly.
And that's my hometown.
Really have, right? I know. See, you have it easy. You just walk out the door and you're there. But I think more and more people catching on that's a good rally, and it's a great time. It's 2 weeks before the election.
Right.
And we can really make some noise. We can really make some peaceful noise. That's always my thing. I mean, peaceful is always important. And in between, every state I go to, I hope that I can connect with people that are running for Congress, that are running for Senate, that are running for, state offices, and promote them and give them a shout out if they do carry my message. And I've been working with another woman who we're trying to put together a form, and they have done that before on a state level and have been really successful, but where they have to sign something for me to want to endorse them. Wow. They have to say, Citizens United needs to be overturned, and that's what I'm going to stand for. No TPP, no fracking. I mean, if we don't have a planet, we got nothing. And they have to be absolutely pro-green energy. Absolutely for alternative energy.
I love it. I love it.
And then if they sign that piece of paper for me, I will put them live, and I will give them an endorsement, and I want them to say the same thing on camera. Ooh. I really do. Otherwise, they're not getting on my stream.
Wow. I love the heart.
Because I think we
yes.
need to.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to hold them accountable. We have to hold them accountable, because they say so many things, and we forget that they are our employees. They are the employees of the people, and we can actually fire them. We can actually make them resign, and we have forgotten that we have that power. And
yes,
we need to act on that power again. Yeah. If they do not vote for our interests, we can make them resign. It's in the Constitution. And we have to start doing that. We have to really, if enough people put enough pressure, people do resign. I mean, it has happened before, usually because of some crazy sex scandal, but you know.
But eventually they go, yeah.
If the pressure is enough, they do resign. And we need to become that pressure again. And we have that power, and people need to take that power back, and I think if we hold their feet to the fire and hold them accountable, and then, put that live stream all over the place and say, this is what he said, and this is what he's doing now,
Yes.
I mean, we can really, I think we have more power than we know we do. And we need to take that power back.
I think we have to, Claudia, because right now being a Bernie-crat is such a popular thing. A lot of people are just saying they're Bernie-crats, or that they have these, they're progressive or whatever, and I'm not sure that's always the case. So you're right.
I agree. I totally agree. I think a lot of them are just trying to ride that wave because, like you say, it's popular. But when it comes down to, well, what do you really stand for, and what have you been fighting for in the last few years?
Yeah.
That'll show us who they really are.
Now, some people, they change, and I can get that. Because this system is so horrible. It's like people come in with great ideas, and then the system makes you change or you get out. And let's face it, not everybody wants to get out. Some people, they kind of want to stay. They think they can still make some good. And then, so I want to give people the opportunity to change. So I like your idea that going forward, they need to show us. And if they don't, then they're gone.
Right.
Then they're out of there. You bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Yep.
Bye, Felicia.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. So your book sounds amazing. When is your book ready, Claudia? I'm sorry.
It should be here, hopefully, 2 days before I'm leaving.
That's good timing.
Before I'm heading on the road, because otherwise we have a book tour without a book. And that could be a little bit of a problem. But no, it should be here just in time. And I've been communicating with the printer, and so it should all work literally out just last minute,
Yes.
And people have already placed orders. People have already ordered books, and probably 100 books or so by now.
Oh, well, where do they do that at?
On my website, which is just my first name, last name, claudiastauber.com. And they can pre-order the book. And what I did is, if they buy just one book, it's basically $10. But if they buy more books, the price goes down. So 10 books would only be $50, because and that's pretty much my cost on the book. Right. But I want the book in as many hands as possible, because I really want people to give it away as presents to any Republican, anybody, and
Christmas presents.
Because I feel we need Christmas presents. Yeah. No, before Christmas, elections, before it's a pre-Christmas present.
Yeah, but you buy the book and then you give it to family. You put it in the stocking stuffer. I mean, if you buy 10 of them, buy all your cousins a book, buy your nephews, buy your sister, your siblings, everybody. Give mom a book. Get everybody a book.
Yes.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and I mean, nowadays, the book, if you buy a bunch of them, it's literally the price of a coffee at a coffee shop at this point, $5,
Absolutely.
I mean, you have some weird latte macchiato or something, whatever people drink. I have no idea.
But
those are $5 you can get my book for that price. It's crazy. But and then you can actually, I don't know, water fly with it. So it has multiple purposes. Great.
Right. You can throw the book at Hillary or something if you need to.
Exactly.
Wow.
Throw it at the TV.
So,
but yeah, I think it'll be really nice. And I think, we'll meet some really great people, and I really look forward to it. And I'm taking my German Shepherd with me, which will be different. She's my little bodyguard. And in this day and age, we need bodyguards, clearly.
Yeah, you can't have too much help. That's right.
Yeah, gotta have my family with me, so that's easy enough. But I think it'll be nice, and I really hope that people will sort of get on the wagon, and then when I leave, that they will still continue, like putting out flyers and word of mouth. We really need sort of an old-fashioned way of transmitting information again, and one-on-one. I think that's very important. Because I get messages now all the time from people that, they can't see my live stream videos anymore, and, all that stuff. So we need normal ways of communicating again too. And it's nice to be with people, to actually be with people. I mean, there's something so wonderful about that. And we need to connect again and build communities and, connect with each other.
Amazing.
So it's a whole world out there that we need to, put our arms around and love each other.
That's right. Well, look, Claudia, this has been a great conversation. I hope, October 23rd, that I can meet up with you here in D.C. and we can do this the right way. Actually interview you, and find out how the book tour went.
And vice versa.
Yeah, definitely. And
right.
But all that still, sister, you are amazing. We love you for what you do. There is no other Claudia Stauber. You have your own thing going. Please keep it going. We count on you. I'm looking forward to hear what you're going to say about Bernie's live stream tomorrow. I want to hear what you're going to say. I know it's going to be.
I'll probably stream it from there. Yeah. Well, because I'm watching the live stream. I'm watching it with Shyla, and she was the one who, at the convention, Tulsi Gabbard nominated Bernie for president.
Yes.
And then Shyla came on and she seconded. And so I'm going to her house to watch it with her and a bunch of people.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, please stream that. Please do that.
Yeah, so it'll be nice, it'll be nice to be with fellow Vermonters. It'll be great.
Do it.
Awesome. But thank you, Tim, for having me on. I really appreciate it. And I remember I don't know what date it was, but I remember the first time I saw you streaming, I saw a video of you, and you were like, don't give up. This is not, and you were so positive, but you were such a force of nature. And I'm like, oh my God, he's great, and I remember that. I remember it clearly. You were just standing in a room, with a white wall sort of, and you were just, no, what, and it was so great. I loved it. I was like, wow, he's phenomenal, I remember that.
Thank you. Yeah, this background and stuff, people wanted just the gritty stuff, but this is for when I have company, like your company, Claudia. So I got the background. But when I just walk over to the wall that's unfinished, people love that. Like, oh, this is great. This is the real thing right here. No production. Give us no production. Just be real and tell them off and fight for us and tell the truth.
Oh, great.
Wow. Look, Claudia. Look, everybody, go to ClaudiaStauber.com. I had no idea she had a website. Go to ClaudiaStauber.com, even though it's on this page here that George gave me. That's bad, George. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. It's like, Tim, I put it on the page. You didn't read the page, Tim. But go get her book.
Problem.
Go get her book, What the Fluoride Happened, and watch her on Facebook. And look, her streams almost every day. Is it almost every day, Claudia?
Yeah, almost every day. I mean, sometimes, like today, I came on 3 times because stuff just kept pissing me off, so I kept going on, and I go, what the hell, I mean, I just couldn't keep it together, so.
I love it. That's a real sister. Give it up for Claudia. Thank you, Claudia, for being here, sister. You're amazing. We love you. Never change. Never change.
Oh, thanks. Same on this end. Thank you so much, Tim.
You
Bye
got
bye.
it. Bye-bye now. Guys, that was amazing. Bye. Claudia is amazing. One of my funniest interviews. Just so laid back, so real. You guys just witnessed it. One more time for Claudia. You guys don't mind if I hit this button again. Come on. I just feel good. Claudia just makes you feel good. The woman said, I said to you, how often do you come on? You come on every day? She said, well, sometimes every day, but today 3 times because I got pissed off and I had to talk about it. That's what it's about. Do not become mainstream media-esque. Don't do it, guys. If you want to do this thing you're doing, don't do it trying to become the new, the new news reporters. Be you. That's what works for you. You are you. I'm Tim Black. I'm not changing up what I do. I put on a tie to show a little respect from time to time. My old profession, I used to have to wear them on every day. So, I'm kind of still, that's pretty much what I have in my closet. But now I have Tim Black shirts. But yeah, man, don't be Don Lemon. Don't try to be Rachel Maddow. Be you. And let Claudia be Claudia. It's a great interview, guys. Great. All right, so let's open up these phone lines. I know we got some comments. We got some people who have something to say. And we can do that for about an hour. Boy, we can do that till the phone lines crash. I'm feeling pumped up, man. Shoot.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tail.
Let's see who we got hanging out. I'm going to take calls in the order that they came in, as we always do. Thank you for lining up that interview for me, G. Sass. You're amazing, my brother. Thank you to the Team Black staff for helping facilitate that. Momo Pineno on the graphics, Michael Pineno, the graphic design on that. Footwork and promotion by Malika Rogers, Nicolo Luongo, Justin, the whole crew, Jody, Colleen, and everyone associated with it for your part in making this happen. You guys are terrific. Without you, there is no show. Now, and also, the Wolfpack. The Wolfpack's in the house. The Wolfpack's in the house.
I ain't falling for no banana in my tail.
That's right, guys.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
I have a number in the queue, 502. You're live with Tim Black. We just had a great interview. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Hey, Tim.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, this is Kim.
Hey, Kim, glad to have you. Is Claudia great or what? Like, she is just down to earth.
I've been following Claudia for quite a while. I actually live in Kentucky and she's in Vermont, but I just follow her every day, all day. I just can't get enough of her.
She is so real and so just, I just love the fact that she's just true to what she says. She's just, being an everyday person, just telling it like she sees it. But she's got some good points too.
Well, I won't say too much, but I just want to say that she put her whole heart and soul going into the DNC. Mm-hmm. She really, really did a lot of hard work for us, and I just so admire her for that, and I will always sing her praises for putting her whole heart and soul into that for all of us.
Wow. That's a great compliment, actually. So if that's all you're going to say, that's still a great thing to say about someone. Give it up for Kim. Yeah. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
You got it, lady. 512, you're live with Tim Black. We just had a great interview with my friend Claudia. What are your comments? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is Mike from Austin.
Hey, Mike, what's up, man?
Hey, so I used to live in Connecticut, and I lived there for like a little while, and my grandpa owned some land out in Vermont, And we went out there, and it was the first time I was like, this is like out because it's all country out there, but this is Texas covered in snow. All my buddies were up here complaining about how Bernie was going to take their guns away or whatever, and I was like, dude, I've been to Vermont. They're not going to take your guns away. He's not going to do it. He would have done it. They don't, there's a respect for it, like it's supposed to be. But
Right.
I loved it, and everyone was so nice. And she's definitely a Vermonter, man. She's cool.
Yes, she is.
I love watching her videos and stuff. And when she had Porsche on there, I was like jumping up and down whenever I saw that video. I can't believe how many views did that get? It got a lot, didn't it?
Yeah, like 12 million. It's a little, nothing too significant, just 12 million views. Yeah, man, it's like fire.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, you can move on to the next caller, man.
Oh, okay, Mike. Well, look, man, thanks for the phone call, brother. I appreciate you. And yeah,
no problem.
I like the point he pointed out about don't worry, Bernie's not taking your guns away. Because where he comes from, they have a respect for guns. They use guns. I mean, it's part of life, and the same thing holds true on many people in the South. Once again, the gun debate will continue. Common sense approaches, maybe that we have in place, maybe the loopholes that need to be handled down, and but yeah. Anyway, I'll keep it moving, guys. Just that's a good point, though. A lot of people got misconceptions. They just thought because he was an independent. He is an independent. But anyway, I've had that conversation with numerous folks. 763. You're live with Tim Black. What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, I'm sorry, 763. Let me try that one more time. There we go. Hey, 763. How you doing?
Hey, Tim, this is Daniel from Minneapolis calling again.
Dan from Minnie. What's up, man?
I kind of got in late for your show. I was out running around, and you know me, I believe in that community thing, and we need to get back to the local community level, because if you don't know your neighbor, you're not a part of the community.
There you go.
And I'd just like to say, well, when I started watching you, I remember the first one I watched on you, you were chasing guys down on a motorcycle, telling them to knock it off.
What? Chasing them down with a motorcycle. Wow, man.
I don't know. That was years ago.
That's
I got you confused. That was during a
90 seconds.
But
yeah.
No, I gotta get off because I got so much on my brain. I'll let you get on to the other one. Only reason why I called was you keep skipping out on me, so I just wanted to hear what was going on.
All right, brother. I appreciate you.
Let's keep it local.
You know it, brother. 971, you're live with Tim Black. I thought that guy was joking. Talking about chasing somebody down a motorcycle. I don't know. My man Dan's tripping. Hey, how you doing, my friend? You're live with Tim Black. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Is this me? 60 seconds.
Are you 971?
Oh my God! I met you in Philly.
Hey, how you doing?
From Morgan.
Hey, how's it going?
How
What's
you
up?
doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing? What's up?
I met you, Claudia, Lee, and I shook Jill Stein's hand.
Wow! Everybody, that's it, man. You made the rounds. Yeah.
This is an amazing show. I called in. I think I was one of the first callers, but my mom called, so I had to recall back.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you called back in. So, what's on your mind tonight? What's going on?
When I left, I was so disappointed with everything that happened at the DNC and everything that everyone was doing. Inspired me to do a burn one for Bernie.
10 seconds.
Claudia actually shared this morning.
Yeah.
I hope you can share it as well. They've taken it down and blocked it many times on Facebook, but it's about veteran suicide.
Why would they block that? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
It supports veterans, right?
Correct. It brings light to how many people are killing themselves every day that have been returning from war.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you send it to me on Twitter or on Facebook, I'll repost that. I definitely will repost it.
Okay.
Okay.
Basically, there's
they did a study. The Veterans Affairs did a study back in 2010. That from 1999 to 2010, there was approximately 22 veterans a day that commit suicide. And of those, 15 are older, not returning from Iraq, but from previous wars like Korea and Vietnam and World War II, if any left.
Wow.
So not only are today's veterans committing suicide, everyone is going away.
You know what that means, though? You know what that means, right? Hold tight. So why do you think that's the case? What's your analysis? What's your opinion of why people who have been back for some time would still feel the urge to do that?
Because they realize why they're really doing it.
Interesting. You know, one thing that comes to my mind is that they've never received any treatment. Like they didn't get help. And that makes it even worse. You know what I'm saying? Well. You know what I mean? Because
the backup in the VA, correct?
Yeah. My dad, he didn't commit suicide, but he killed himself basically through the use of alcohol and drugs. He was a veteran, and he had post-traumatic stress. And back when you came back from Vietnam, they didn't really classify it that way. That's called a new term, actually, post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah. Hey, Tim.
Yes.
I don't want to take your thunder.
What's up?
But please, if you can, I don't want to take your thunder because you and Claudia are fucking awesome. I love you guys. You inspire me every day.
What's up?
And please just share the video.
Send me what you need me to do. You know what? Send it to do you have Twitter? Are you on Twitter? No?
Yeah. I can make a Twitter.
Okay.
I burn one for Bernie.
There you go. @TimBartender is my Twitter handle. Or you can email it to me or whatever. Just get it to me, and
it's on Cabin Talk for Claudia. Cabin Talk with Claudia. She shared it this morning.
Okay. Well, I'm usually doing this stuff, so
you could reshare.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now
you're amazing, man.
Hey, thank you so much.
You're amazing, Tim.
I appreciate you. Give it up for my friend. So we start talking about these issues that really matter. You just get like Claudia. You want to do one video, you end up doing 3 videos because you get pissed off. And like when we start talking about veterans and suicide and how these people always hold themselves out like they really care about the veterans, and if you did, you'd make sure that they had the care they're supposed to receive. So it just pisses me off. It's one thing not to care. It's another thing to say you care and then not care. Like if you don't care and you shut up, I like that better. Don't tell me you're going to do something for me, then not do it. Just don't say anything, and then no one's hurt. Anyway, next call, guys. 716. You're live with Tim Black. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Tim. It's Sandy Sellis from Real Progressives. I called you when Steve was on. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to the show. Glad to have you.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, it was great to hear. Well, it was great to hear Claudia.
Yes.
She's my friend, and she's coming to my area. I'm trying to pull together something for her for the book tour and her speaking with groups around here. So not a lot of time because she's going to be around here September 6th, but it's pretty exciting. And she does some work for us too, and she's awesome. I met her in Philly. Just it was a great time, but it was a sad time. Great time.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm excellent. Couldn't be better. I mean, other than Bernie being my president, this is still pretty cool. I like Jill Stein, so let's make that happen. How about we do that?
That's what we're gonna do.
All right.
That's what I hope we're gonna do.
I feel you.
Together in my local area, that is brilliant and fantastic, and they're all for Jill, and it's just working out pretty good. So, you just got to keep it positive.
I love it. I love it, Sandy. So, well, look, thank you for the call, lady, and we appreciate you. And of course, we'll be touching base with Claudia to find out how the tour goes and all that good stuff. All right.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, lady, for the phone call.
Okay. Bye-bye.
You got it, sis. You got it. 202. 202 number. You're live with Tim Black. What's your name? Where you calling from? EJ?
This is C.
C, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I actually met you in Philly as well.
Oh, okay.
And and that's something I guess I want you to just talk about a little bit because you know, when I was in Philly, you and Claudia I met Claudia in Philly as well, and you two were talking about, you know, there was so much going on and it was hot. But there was so much going on. I met, of course, you. I met Claudia. I met Jill Stein, Bernie Sanders, Cornel West. You know, you go down the whole thing. I went to a vegan restaurant and Tulsi Gabbard was sitting next to me, just coincidentally. Lee Camp, you know. And then, but what was really cool? There's a point to this, but what was really cool is meeting people like you and Claudia, and then the guys from Let the Madness Begin and Higgins, and the whole thing is when you're in this environment, when you're in a Bernie revolution, okay, you constantly feel alone, all right, until you start seeing these videos, you start meeting these people, and you're surrounded by all these people who you go, you know what, I'm not crazy. And then you see Claudia writing a book and doing these things, and I saw you speak on the stage. Can you just share a little bit about, I mean, I hope you know what kind of feedback you provide for people. People came up and recognized me because I did a couple of videos that I just thought was important, right? There's that community that you provide, and all of us just kind of connecting and touching base. I love that. And I want to kind of get your feedback and your view on that momentum that's going around this whole movement.
Wow, brother. You said your name was Steve?
C, Curtis C/C.
Oh, C.
I met you when you were on stage at FDR, not FDR Park, but
Bernie or Bus.
With the Bernie or Bus, right.
Gotcha.
And I was up on stage and I talked to you for a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, brother, Curtis C. Let me tell you. I guess the biggest takeaway for me, man, was just realizing how big the movement was. And how relevant and important we all are to it. I didn't go in thinking anything, brother. Like, I was shocked. I would go back to my hotel room, sort of in awe, like numb, like, wow, I met 100 people today. They are real people. These are people that share the same values I have. These are people that, who understand where I'm coming from, I understand where they're coming from, and all the love. It was like almost an out-of-body experience meeting people that have these same convictions. And I see your point because, you know, even in my community where I am now, you know, even amongst family, they're not into this movement like I am, of course. So I just think we just need to bottle it up, keep it, and know that when we go out, like tomorrow, I'll be in D.C., I'll be at another rally, and I hope that feeling is going to be there again because I'm going to be around people, and it's going to be people who care about the Dakota Access Pipeline, and they care about stopping it, and they care about the indigenous people, and they care about the water and the earth. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's an addictive thing, and I just want to tell everybody one takeaway from it is I want you to have what I had. I want you to feel what I felt, which is that feeling, that electricity, that connectedness. I wish it for everyone, and I think it's life changing, and I think it can put you on a road to something much bigger than yourself. So I don't know if that answers your questions, but that's how I feel.
No, I mean, really, it wasn't a question. I wanted to give your feedback on just kind of being part of this movement, part of this revolution, and to once again just thank you and others like you and all of us. We're all in this together, and we just appreciate having an opportunity to hear a voice that says, oh, you know what? You're not alone. You're not crazy. This stuff is real. There is this corruption. There is this kind of media shutdown. And that alone is just the most powerful thing, especially when you're surrounded by friends and family and just a network of society that says, y'all are talking some non-mainstream stuff, and then you realize
Right.
that non-mainstream stuff
Right.
is the truth.
Absolutely, man.
So
Absolutely.
appreciate what you do, man.
Hey, man, thank you for the call. Thank you for sending me back down memory lane a little bit. And like I said, I hope tomorrow I'll be able to go down it again because it is electric, people. Let me tell you. Changed my life, man. So, that was a good call. Thank you, Curtis. See? Appreciate you. 402. 402 in the house. You're live with Tim Black. What's on your mind tonight? Who's this?
Hey, this is Brandon from Omaha, Nebraska.
What's going on, B?
Well, not much other than the good news of Jill Stein being on the ballot for the election this year in Nebraska. For the presidential ballot.
Me likey. That's great news. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I was like, thank God, finally, I won't have to vote for Hillary or Trump. So,
right.
Here's a funny thing. I was actually out there in the time she was having her speech here in Omaha, which actually took place in North High, which wasn't too far off from my house and was actually kind of on my route to my bank. I start walking there because I'm also playing Pokemon Go, and but then I start seeing the huge group of protesters. So I was like, nope, I'm turning back. Because I was just like, I ain't getting in that mess. Because I saw like one side being, anti-Hillary and just kind of almost causing up some ruckus, and there were also like pro-Trump supporters and then a bunch of Hillary supporters outside.
What?
That were
you actually saw a Hillary supporter in the flesh? They exist.
I don't know who they were. I just saw off from like a block away. I used my phone camera and I was like, yep. Because I knew there were some who didn't exactly get in because I think, from what I remember at the news report, the gymnasium where she was holding the speech was at max capacity. So,
wow. Yeah.
Of course, there were going to be a bunch of Hillary supporters that wouldn't be able to get in. And I was just seeing a little bit of verbal scuffling going on. I was like, I'm not getting in that mess. I'm turning another way and go down another block. And, but yeah, which then I got back home. I listened to the speech on YouTube, which MSNBC had full upload of. And I was like, I couldn't help but just cringe and facepalm because I was like, yeah, you're saying all these promises, but I know you're completely talking bullshit.
Right. That's it. That's it, man.
Yeah, I've been enough in this politics game for years, and actually, my father was huge in the politics game, works for a union and whatnot, so kind of stick up to Congress and whatever about labor issues, and so
right.
I got to meet a few presidential candidates like Dennis Kucinich many years back in I believe 2004, and
yeah. Well, look, man. Hey, man, just stay away from those Trump supporters and those Hillbots. And you'll be all right.
Try to.
Yeah. You got to do it, man. But look, man, thank you so much for the phone call, man. I appreciate you being in Nebraska.
Too,
you got it, man. Give it up for my man Brendan in Nebraska, y'all. Nebraska. Hope they don't try to frack you to death out there, brother. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be in D.C. I will be attending and supporting and standing with my friends, my brothers and sisters of the Lakota and Dakota tribes, Sioux reservations, all indigenous people, all people who care about the earth, all people who care about water, all people that care about the 10 million people that could possibly be affected downstream and upstream from fracking, resulting in the Dakota Access Pipeline and all other areas where they are fracking and oil is seeping into the earth. Remarkable, guys. Remarkable. Also, before I leave, I want to give a big shout out to G Sass and my team. My program manager G Sass, who put together some great interviews for me. help line up great interviews, man. On the 30th of August, mark your calendars because we will have none other than Vice Presidential running mate to Jill Stein, Ajamu Baraka. And I hope that you all will be here for that. I'm looking forward to it big time. Tomorrow we have Misty Plowright. Is it Plowright? Misty has a remarkable story. When you get to know Misty, you'll know why. All right? Looking forward to that big time. Look, guys, great show tonight. Great show. I cleared the queue. Great calls, great show, great guest. Claudia Stauber is a regular person who believed that what she thought matters and she wanted to share it with the world. She had no idea that sharing that part of herself would culminate into videos over excess of 12 million views on just one video and countless opportunities. She met Jill Stein, Cornel West. Now she's going on a book tour, and I just want to encourage everyone to go for whatever it is that you want to do and just make it happen and just see what happens and take the voyage. Because, see, the 1%, the oligarchy, the plutocracy, these reptilians, these shapeshifters, whatever Alex Jones calls them, these people are out to do one thing and one thing only.
You gonna eat your cornbread.
They want to take your cornbread. Now, they could go bake their own cornbread, but it's much better to have someone else bake the cornbread for them. Why should they go through the cornbread baking process if they could just up and take yours? You got to push back. It's up to you to push back. It's up to me to push back. I'll be pushing back in D.C. I'm going to let them know, as I stand with my brothers and sisters, that
nobody take no cornbread from me.
Nobody take no cornbread from us. That's the same way Claudia felt when she made her first video in response to what she saw Bill Clinton doing in Massachusetts when he sat outside the voting places, the polling stations, holding up traffic, basically suppressing the vote. One-man show suppression. Yeah. Now, if we stop here and we allow these powers that be, backed by the mainstream media, otherwise known as the public relations firms, as my friend H.A. Goodman calls them, of the mainstream media, we allow them to tell us the way it's going to be. You know what it's going to be. It's going to be them. It's going to be them coming back saying, hey, maybe they ought to eat our cornbread. And that's why we got to band together. That's why we got to write books. That's why we got to go on speaking tours. That's why we got to band together. That's why we got to go stand with our brothers and sisters in the marketplace, in D.C. or in Philly or in the Dakotas or in New York or wherever you are. Vermont, I don't care. You got to stand with the people and let the establishment know that we ain't no easy win. And if you keep messing with us, if you keep trying to take our cornbread,
there's going to be consequences and repercussions.
There's going to be consequences and repercussions, man. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you all. This was a phenomenal night. Bigger and better things are on the verge for all of us. We just got to fight to the end. Thank you for being a part of this channel and what we're trying to do here. You mean so much. Without you, none of this is possible. Please know I mean that. This is an independent channel. We are only able to function because of you. All of you who helped that process. All of you who assist by sharing videos, posting tweets. Whatever you do, you are what keeps this thing going. You. Without you, I'd just be some loud talking guy in a room, an empty room, talking to himself. For some strange reason, you've embraced what I do and helped amplify it to reach more people. So thank you so much, guys. I'm just humbled and so damn happy. Thank you once again for being here. Let's do some shout outs, people. Let's do it. Thank you for being here all night. Mary Jane Smith Cook. I appreciate you, Mary Jane Smith Cook. Same to you, Fred Lexlow. You feel the burn, brother. Feel the burn. Matt Stewart, thank you, my brother Matt. Lisa, Steve, Paul, Lisa Black, love that last name, Lisa. Gotta give you extra love, Lisa Black. John Cowles, love you, John. How you doing, brother? Terry DeCrazio, DiArio, always said DeCrazio. I've been calling you the wrong name forever. Terry says she loves her some Cornel West. Cornel West is the man, folks. The man. I love it because no one is Cornel West but Cornel West. Well, you can try, but we all know who you're trying to be like if you're trying to be like Cornel West. Lisa Umul, Sandra Lee, Daniel Casely, Al Porter, my friend, Lynn Nitty, Karen Bridenthal, J. Roan Torgensen, Missy Ipaglietti. Oh, man, he got that one out. That wasn't easy. Ipaglietti, how you doing, sis? All right. Ernesto Fernandez, Cynthia Raymond, Beth Lamb, Kathleen Morgan, Christine Angelique. Love you. Lori Hill. I just saw my friend Claudia again. Claudia Stauber. We can't wait to get your book, Claudia. We're looking forward to it. Lori Hill. Again. And everyone that's tuned into the show tonight, thank you so much for supporting both Claudia and this show, the Cabin Talk Show and the Tim Black Show. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Amazing. Also, on the YouTube side of the game, guys, can I get some YouTube love out to some people? Why not? You know? They're here. I'm here. We might as well show a little love to the Team Black team, of course. Team Black in the house. Team Black.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Never fall for the banana in the tailpipe, guys. Bring this up a little bit closer. Here we go. Is that a little bit better? A little bit better. All right. Malika, my friend. Richie James. What's going on, Richie? Gonzo Pup. Bruins for Cornbread. My man, the Broken Carpenter. Jennifer Lynn. Celeste McChristie. Patrick DeCambra in his house. Ken Clunch. Dank Sinatra. I love it, man. I love it, man. Red Monk. Jacqueline Thompson. Shauna Jordan. Rusty Shack. Who else is in the house tonight? We got The Truth Can't Be Silenced. Antonio Hendricks. Daniel Vias. Do Not Concede. I love it. Forsaken Companion. Low Key. Uncle Ron in the house. Brian Rowland. I Am Siler. Daniel. I see you again, Daniel. Joey Spots. Ghost Stoner. Go to ghoststoner.com, guys. Cannabis lifestyle you can be proud of. Ghoststoner.com. Master Media Online. Lisa Mojek. Tony Zamboni. What's up, Tony Zamboni? Jennifer Lynn once again. C3 Network. 65 Impala. Gypsy Dragon Gal. And the whole crew. Man, I want to give a special shout out to my moderators who keep things civil. Iron Man Oz, Liberty Not a License, Momo Pineno, and When I Rap. And you guys are fantastic. Also, moderator in training, social media extraordinaire Nicole Luongo, Malika Rogers, Kate Loving, the whole crew, Zalazar for his digital editing work. Thank you, Zalazar. I'll put you to work later on this week. We'll see. I've been so busy. Last but not least, my man Justin. Justin, let's sell some coffee, brother. And with that, Momo, let's design something. Let's keep them going because we need coffee. We need coffee, guys. But look, guys, real talk, guys. I need you guys to go check out my videos. We got a new series called Getting Coffee with Tim Black. Coffee with Tim Black. I think it's a hit. I think it's something that we can all get into. And I think it's going to have appeal. You feel me? All right. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. There's a comedian that I love. His name is Dave Chappelle. You may have heard him before. I think you have. Maybe you heard of him once or twice. He's a funny guy. He's got a saying that he says in some of his shows. He says,
let's sprinkle some crack on him and get out of here.
I flipped it. Let's sprinkle some facts on him and get out of there. I'm Tim Black. Thank you for tuning into the show, guys. Don't argue with him. Just sprinkle some facts on him and get up out of there. That's what time it is. I'll see you next time, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be streaming the Bernie Sanders stream. Okay? Okay. We will be streaming. More information will come. Follow me on social media at Tim Bartender on Twitter, Facebook, Tim the Bartender Show. And here goes some music. Can we rock with it, people?
Tim Black.
Man, I ain't
Tim
falling for no
Black.
banana in my tail.
Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
So say good night to the black guy. Hold on. The last time you're gonna see a black guy like this again, let me tell you. Go on. Make way for the black guy. There's a black guy coming through. Better get out of his way.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Peace, guys. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow, no DAPL.